Hello, my name is Gloria Tremonti, and I am putting together a series of exercises where the emphasis are on your glutes, your hips, and your thighs. So pay close attention to proper form. I am going to run through this rather quickly. So form is extremely important to do this correctly. I am assuming that you are in good health and that you can go ahead and perform these exercises. If you've had any injuries, consult with your doctor first. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to find a mat and lie down on the mat. You're going to lay on your side. You're going to rest your head onto your arm. Now this for me is the most comfortable, and I am going to be certain that my neck is directly in alignment with my spine, that my shoulders are stacked on top of each other, that my hips are stacked on top of each other, my legs are long and straight, so the entire body is perfectly straight. Now the only thing that's coming out of alignment are my legs. I'm going to bring my legs slightly forward. Now I'm going to look down at my toes and be certain that my toes are even with one another. Now with the free hand, you want to rest it down in front of you so that it's a constant reminder to keep the ribs pulled in, to keep the abs engaged, and it's also to stabilize the body, to prevent your hips from falling forward or to prevent your hips from falling backward. So the first exercise that we're going to do are single leg lifts up towards the ceiling. So imagine that your legs are stuck between two narrow walls, and you're going to go ahead and raise that top leg up towards the ceiling. Now I'm going to go ahead and flex the foot as I raise it up towards the ceiling, and then I'm going to lower it down with a pointed toe. Again, I'm flexing up and pointing down. I'm keeping the leg in alignment with my bottom leg at all times. Now, from here, I'm going into the second part of the series. Now, any of these exercises can be done 8 to 12 times. So, keeping the leg directly in alignment with my hip, I'm going to flex the foot forward and then point it long and away from my body. Now try not to arch the back when you draw your leg behind you. Do keep the ribs pulled in, do keep the abs engaged. Again, you're going to flex forward and point it long and away. Flex forward and point it long and away. Now, once you're done with that set, go into your single leg circles. So the single leg circles, you're going to go ahead and draw that top leg forward with a flex foot, point it up towards the ceiling, and then draw it behind you. Now I'm keeping my upper half of my body stabilized as I move the bottom half of my body. So again, I flex forward, raise it up, point the toe towards the ceiling, and pull down. Once you're done with your set, you're going to reverse the circle. Now I'd like to flex my foot up towards the ceiling, drop it down in front of me, point the toe long and away. Flex up towards the ceiling, drop it down in front of me, and point it long and away. When you're done with that set, I want to go ahead into the figure 8. Now again, I want to make sure that my alignment is proper. I want to pull long and away. I want to make sure that the oblique is engaged, and then knowing if your oblique is engaged is by being certain that you have some space at the lower part of where your waistline is at. So think of the number 8 laying on its side. You're going to raise the leg slightly. You're going to pull with a pointed toe forward up towards the ceiling, down the center where it's in alignment with your bottom leg, then pull back behind you. Raise the leg up towards the ceiling and then drop it down. Again, pull forward, drop it down to the center, and then pull back and lift up. Once you're done with that set, I like to recreate the figure 8 by flexing my foot and pushing out through my heel. So now I'm going to bring the leg forward with a flexed foot, pull up, down center, pull back, and down center. Pull up and forward, pull down center, pull back and up, and down center. Once you're done with that set, then you're going to point the toes extremely long, and you're going to lift both legs up towards the ceiling, and I like to do so on an exhale, and then lower the legs right back down, but don't touch the mat below you. Exhale to lift both legs up, and then lower both legs down. And repeat, exhale, lift, and then lower. When you're done with that set, lift both legs and hold it. Drop your bottom leg down towards the mat, and then raise your bottom leg up towards your top. Drop the bottom leg down and lift up towards the top. Once you've completed that set, fold at the knees, which is actually going to feel really good here because this right now is burning. So when you're there, what you want to do is lift the legs up towards the ceiling and then draw your toes away from each other, keeping your heels glued. So this is called the butterfly. You're going to lift the top knee off the bottom knee to open up the leg and then lower it back down. You're going to lift and lower. Now keep in mind that the hips must remain stacked while doing so. Once you're done with your set, it's time to stretch it all out. But first, let's punch it where it hurts. So you know that these exercises truly do work because you're feeling the burn immediately. So you're going to go into a shell stretch, also known as a child's pose. And basically what you do is you widen your knees to the width of the mat below you. Draw your toes together. Now, some people pull back and they lower themselves down like so. I actually gain the most stretch when I allow my tailbone to pull back towards the wall. This way it allows this area here to get a better stretch. So I keep pulling towards the wall. You can also slide over to the right and push into the hip, and then bring it back towards the center, and then slide over onto the left, push deep into the hip to open up that area. Another stretch that you can do is called the number 4. Reason being is because your legs will be shaped into the number 4. So lay on your back, take your ankle, place it above your knee, then lift your leg up and lace your fingers around your thigh, pull your thigh towards your body, use this elbow here to press against the opposite thigh so that when you do so, you feel the stretch in this area here, and then repeat on the other side. So I will continue to make these homemade videos to assist you in to the best health that you possibly can put yourself into. But remember that dieting is extremely helpful as well. So do eat clean and do your proper exercises and add in some cardio. And the next video that I will be working on will be a series of abdominal exercises. I hope you enjoyed it, and best of luck, and I hope you look good in your jeans. Bye.